Hi. So today I'm in a different room. Because I've been really sick. I feel better right now than I have in hours and hours and hours, which is, I'm so glad that I feel better. In the middle of the night I had a video blog where I was hallucinating really badly and having like the sensation of like pins going into my eyeballs. And then that sort of amplified overnight, and my eyes, I mean, they really hurt. Like, it was my right one primarily, which when I asked my boyfriend to Google it, most reports he said he found were on the left one, but I don't know. So, and then it was both of them, and so they felt like they were being stabbed, like from the inside and from the outside with like pins. And then gradually I started having trouble sort of focusing them. It was sort of like having a weird version of lazy eye, I guess. I don't know how lazy eye feels, but this felt like my eyes kept going cross-eyed and I couldn't straighten them out, and light was really bad. So today, of all days, I actually had to go somewhere. I had rehearsal. I hadn't had rehearsal for my play in a week, but I had to be there at noon today. And this morning, I still was sort of up. I didn't sleep very much because of the facial pain and the eye pain. And I was really sort of twitchy. And so I have this shiatsu pillow, like with the little rolling balls in it. And sometimes when I'm feeling like super overwhelmed, like I'm sensitive to sound and light, and I have lots of pain, sometimes I do that. The shiatsu pillow, I move it up and down my spine. I know it's not recommended for people with Lyme to get massages necessarily because it releases toxins, but in the past that's sort of at least helped. It doesn't help take away pain, but when I'm just feeling mega agitated, again, the eye problems, the ear problems, it really sort of seems to soothe that. So this morning, before I was supposed to go to see right now, it feels like there's something just stabbing into my eye. Anyway, before I was supposed to go to rehearsal, I was using the shiatsu pillow, and my eyeballs are so sore. They were really, really bloodshot eventually today too. So I used the shiatsu pillow and worked it, on my lower lumbar. It was sort of fine, and when I got to the middle, I had this thing happen. It wasn't quite a seizure, I don't think, but it was like a release of energy from my spine or something, where I triggered something, or the palpations on my spine triggered something in my brain. So, because I had this sort of convulsion that went on for a while, and then it stopped, and then I was able to call my boyfriend. Well, I screamed for him a lot. He couldn't hear me first, and then he came in as I was having sort of a second round of it, and having him sort of pin my arms to the sides and hold me down sort of eventually helped stop it. So then I had to go to rehearsal, and so today was one of the first days that I've had to take my walker in public, because there have been days where I get to a public place and I use the electronic cart, like at Walmart, or we went to a place called Powell Gardens to look at butterflies, and I rented a wheelchair because anything that requires stamina, like for longer than 15 minutes, I'm going to slow down a group if I don't have something to sort of support me often. But this is the first time where I didn't have access to some public carting system, and so I had to take my walker in public. Now, I've never been a particularly patient person, and so this is really helping me learn patience. But when it's 110 with the humidity and the heat index, and you can move like a Tim Conway character. For those of you that don't know Tim Conway, he was on the Carol Burnett show, and he played a man that shuffled across the floor, and it took him like 10 minutes to get from one side of the room to the other. That's very much how I felt, especially being in the heat. And the people at the theater have seen me on my cane, and they've seen me sort of sick, but I've always tried to like sort of tailor my dosing schedule and stuff around the theater, because it's one of my very few activities, and they changed their hours, so we have to rehearse on Saturdays, and so the way my cycle for medicines is set up, I can no longer tailor for the theater, really. So it was sort of embarrassing. Oh, and my walker, my sweet dad got it for me at a